What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to Space Engineers Survival. In this episode, we have two main goals, and the first one is going to be continuing where we were last episode with this ship that we basically shot down a few episodes prior, and building this into what's going to be a combat ship for us to go to space with. That means removing all these atmospheric thrusters, replacing them with hydrogen thrusters, and even adding weapons that we can use when we do go to space, and eventually, inevitably, get targeted by whatever is up there. Our second goal of this episode is going to be finishing up this welding pit down here, getting it all builded. That's when you try to say built and welded at the same time. Getting this all welded / built up and actually completed. So we have this side and this side working, which means we should be able to not only build any ship we want to, but also fly any damaged ship in here and have these things, you know, work on it and get it fixed up. I think what I want to start with is going to be, let's start with the ship that we were working on last episode. Let's take stock of where we are. Now I'm recording this like 2 weeks after I recorded the last episode because I went on vacation and wasn't doing any recording at that time, hence the little gap between episodes. But we're back and I need to figure out what we were doing. So we were building up this hydrogen section of the ship. I think we had gotten both wings done, sort of, so we just need to weld those up, and we need to get this wing actually looking pretty nice as well. From there, we need to do a little bit of work on the front right here, making this a little bit more secure for that guy down there, which is going to be me, and also working on the bottom a little bit as well. Once we have all of that, we should be good to go. I think we'll start with this stuff right here. So right click these guys, and these are just conveyor junctions and stuff. Yeah, we'll right click these and get these built up. That's an easy first step. I don't think we're running out of iron or anything, so that's good. But if we do, we'll have to go for a little bit of an iron expedition. And actually, I could see us running out of iron in this episode, considering how much we're building onto this ship here. And I remember we didn't have a crazy amount of iron before. So the way that we had designed this, we're gonna use our little industrial ones. I'm gonna try and line them up with that one. The way we had designed this is that we can go, oh, we have a Reaver Invader, do we have anything we can actually use? We could use this ship, it's got a turret on it. Or we could, oh, that won't work because we haven't ever like finished our missiles. Well, it's just a Reaver Invader, so we might be fine just letting our weapons take care of it. We never rebuilt the Falcon, and this guy, unfortunately, does not have a weapon that's, you know, workable. So, you know what? Let's actually hop inside this then, in that case, and see if we can get into a better position to fight. So hop in here. Let's go ahead. Oh gosh, what are my buttons? Let's turn on number 5, number 9. Yeah, okay, there we go. Nope. Okay, that didn't work. All right, well, well, I guess we get to watch our stuff shoot it down. It's a tiny little ship, so our you know, weapons should be able to actually do this. Oh, shot goes into the ship that we're working on right now. That's not very nice of them. But luckily, it looks like just with a couple seconds, a couple shots, we're able to take down this ship. I don't think it is. Ah! I don't think it's capable of fighting me anymore. Okay, no worries. Let's go ahead and yoink that. I can actually convert it to my own if I want to. Just by hacking this. Oh, our ship is shooting at it. Ow. Is there, oh, there's an enemy soldier. Well, I don't have anything I can shoot him with, so let's, I guess, go in with this. This is awkward. Okay, we won that fight, but that was actually dangerous. So it looked like that guy was actually inside the Reaver ship, which was kind of funny. He had with him an MR-50A rifle and this right here. So that is still gonna be shooting at this. Just fine. It's not, I think it senses that there's a threat. I don't know what it's sensing as the threat, but anyway, yeah. Okay, well that was a fight. I got a Reaver, nice. I think it had been a little while since we got our last Reaver, so that was good, I like that. All right, I'm just gonna let that chill there for a second. What damage did they do, by the way? They launched a missile pretty much right here, so maybe they launched it at that weapon that wasn't built up. They definitely could have done worse, but it was a pretty small Reaver. Now, let me throw some stuff in here, and then I need to figure out what happened with this. I think, oh, they fired a missile here too. Oh no! We have a man down. No, how did this happen? Was it a soldier? Was it a soldier? Well, we'll put all your stuff in here. We'll make sure to make you again. This, I don't know which one this is. Let's go over here and see which ones we have in the list. So if I look for select helper, we still have Buzz, but I think we may have lost, we have our dog Barkiplier. I think we may have lost one of our Buzz iterations. No, we lost Zub. No, Zub. Aw, that's a sad day. I think it would have been fine if I lost one of the buzzes with like 5 Z's, but Zub is a hard loss to swallow. Man. Okay, what happened to this guy? I feel like I didn't turn on its batteries. Is that what happened? Hey, what's up? Oh, its batteries are not powered because I didn't turn them on recharge mode. And now, unfortunately, I think the connection here is broken. I guess what we can do to fix this is find a little area and build a battery. Yeah, right there. We'll just stick a battery. That'll be fine. Okay, can I take off? Yeah, I can. Okay, so let's have it sit right here for a second. We should be perfectly fine. We have 5 minutes of power. Okay, yeah, okay, 5 minutes of power should be fine. So let's go ahead go down here, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove this because I don't really like this implementation. I think I'm fine with having this for the landing gears, but for this, I would rather have something else. So what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna do, oh shoot, it's going down slowly. We're gonna do a normal block right here, like that, and then we're gonna do a connector right here. Let's go ahead and build those up. So of course the connector is gonna be sticking out a little bit, but I think I'm fine by this. All right, and it should still allow the landing gears once they go down because these should be a little bit farther, so it'll be fine. Okay, let's get back inside. Let's connect this guy, and that should make it a little bit more stable and easier, so I don't have to worry about like lifting the landing gear every time I want to land. There we go. There's our connection. So let's go ahead and I got to go in here and add this connector. Boom. There we go. We now have the connection on. So I need to make sure that I turn the batteries to recharge. I need to turn this to fill, and then I can turn this stuff off and we're fine. Okay. I just needed to do all that stuff. All right, now that that's fixed, let's go ahead and fix this thing right here because it looks like the Reaver has destroyed one of our little connections. So let's go ahead and put this back in. If I can get all my blocks. We're missing a bunch of blocks. Huh. This is interesting. Okay, we need to make sure that we add a couple more of these. There we go. So that connection should now be back online, which is very good. Why are you... Okay, I'm probably gonna need to add him to the group. But that's okay. This ship still needs a little bit of work. It's fine. We're gonna be working on this one for now. So, yeah, what was I doing over here? I think I was gonna add all these guys. Okay, so those are gonna be all of our downward facing thrusters, which is pretty good. We have quite a few, and I'll probably put some blocks here in the middle, which is gonna be fine. And then here, I don't know, do I wanna put another downward facing thruster? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see about that one. Actually, maybe I do. So then in that case, what I would do is I'd remove you and replace you with just a normal conveyor junction. And I would like to do the same on the other side too. There we go. There's our conveyor junction and our other conveyor junction as well. So let's go ahead and put one of these on each of these. 2, and flip that around so it's matching the other sides. 3. There we go. Okay, so we have a big long line of thrusters, which I haven't done any calculations for this, but I think this should be enough thrusters for this. Now, one other thing that we're missing in this whole place is having some sort of med bay. I think we're severely lacking this. So what I think we're gonna end up doing is kind of merging these together up top, so we'll have a little bit more of a roof section. So this will get removed. We'll just turn into that, and same on this side. So that'll turn into that. And same right here, we'll have that going along this side. The roof is gonna go up like this, and it's gonna be nice. So what I might also do is go down a little bit and have some blocks down here also. I don't think that would be such a bad idea. So you guys, let's remove you guys. This is gonna make this ship a little bit bigger than it was. Actually, a lot bigger maybe. But in the end, I'm hoping it'll look pretty good. All right, so med bay, if we're gonna go down a little bit, I'm thinking we do the med bay like this. Because it would fit right there if we just go down a tad bit right here. And we can do that with some stairs. So let me grab our stairs and see what we can do with this. So just a set of stairs right there would bring us down to this level, and we could have kind of our ship entrance be back here also. So maybe a block right there. We'd go blocks right here. I'm trying to keep it consistent as well between the sides. So yeah, med bay right there would fit pretty well, and then we could have even some other stuff over here if we need to. And then the door would end up being over here. So for the stairs, let me grab some blocks for that. Actually, I might want to do a nicer stairs if I'm doing it like this. Maybe like this set of stairs. There we go. We do like that set of stairs right there, and then we have this kind of walkable area down here. Okay, so what do you think of this right here? So you got your main area, so there's your cockpit. If you go right, you have one of your wings with a door going out. Left has the same thing. And then down you have your kind of med bay area where we might also have like a bed or something. Something else that we'd put down here would be pretty good. Maybe some storage, I don't know. Actually, maybe we could do like a little basic refinery, or I mean, having a full refinery wouldn't make much sense. It would be massive. But we could do an assembler. Well, I mean, we could stick a refinery right here if we really wanted to. Maybe not a bad idea to put a refinery on this ship. So if I stuck a refinery here, it would basically end up looking like this. I'd have to remove these guys. And it would end up being right here. You see how big it is? It would take up that entire area. And then I could put like an assembler on the other side. And at that point, we'd have pretty much a fully capable ship, I think. So maybe it is worth it to try and stick a refinery right here. The connection right there, yeah, it is. And then if I were to do the industrial refinery, it would look a little weird. I mean, I could do it like that. That's not horrible. Actually, yeah, that might be good if it has the connection. Oh, but it doesn't have a connection right there, does it? I mean, maybe it's not a bad idea. We do have the space for it. Stick a refinery right there, assembler on the other side. For the assembler, what we could do is remove that right there and instead put the assembler right here, or maybe like right here if we wanted to. That's not bad. It's sideways, but it gives you kind of like this little area, which is kind of cool. I don't know. Throw the assembler right there, and then we'd throw the med bay kind of over here. Med bay right there. Then if we wanted to, we could have the entrance be right here instead. You know what? I think I like this. I think I like having this little back area that's got a little assembler, as well as a refinery and our med bay as well. I think that's a cool thing. Just gonna stick a little bit of cargo here, just so that if we need to store something, we have that spot there. And let's build a couple of these light armor blocks up as well, so that we have our floor done. Now we're gonna have to greeble it so it doesn't look absolutely horrible from the bottom. But I'd like to get these in at least as structure. Okay, here's some of the small hydrogen tanks. And then do I have some of that? I guess I need to go grab the materials for that one. All right, there are hydrogen tanks, at least for this side. It looks like the base is unfortunately running out of power over and over, so it's in a bit of a power spiral. But that's something we will have to resolve before we go to space or anything like that. That just means getting these guys built back up, because some of these did get destroyed. We're missing one right there, and then we're missing that whole tower, which got knocked down, knocked into the nether realm. Or we could start processing hydrogen as well. That's not a bad idea. But this really does kind of become a cargo hold, where we have cargo right there, we have an assembler right there, and we have a refinery right here. So that's pretty good. All right, there's a little bit of our cargo hold right there going up. And then we have this guy going up as well. So we've got our med bay. Let's get our assembler over here built up. Luckily, we have these cargo containers all connected to the base, meaning it's very easy for us to just grab all these components and build it up from there. So there's our assembler, and let's get our refinery done. We're just gonna take a couple trips, but... Oh, wait, wait, how did that get done so quickly? Hang on. There's no way I just held 1,000 steel plates in my inventory. Maybe the buzzes had already put some stuff in there. That's gotta be what happened, otherwise I don't know how I just carried all that. But anyway, yeah, okay, so this is looking pretty good. Right here, I'll stick a three-way one. So let's get our corridor blocks. We're gonna get our circular ones, and we'll go with a three-way T-junction. No, actually, I want an X. Yeah, that's what I want. All right, there we go. So there are our little paths going all the way through here, and then we come down here into this room. Very nice. I like it. So in terms of this isn't that bad. I kind of like how this is gonna look. What I might do is some greebling, like, I don't know, something like that. Might look good. All right, a little bit of greebling up top to give a little bit of protection as well. That should protect these areas down here pretty well. Then I'll put one more layer of this stuff right there, including right there. Okay, we got this all structured out, but it does look a little bit blocky, which is why we're gonna have to add some je ne sais quoi to it. All right, this might be crazy, but I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a giant thruster on the back of this thing, and it'll be fine because I have a connection right here that'll work. Now it's not gonna be very redundant, but that could mean that I can have the door be like kind of under it or something. All right, big old thruster right there. We also have a door right here that lets you actually into the ship, which is going to be cool as well. The buzzes have built most of those up. It's just the construction components they were missing. So if I grab those, I should be able to build up the rest of these guys too. There's one. Out. There's two. And here is three. All right, looking pretty nice. Man, I'm going through a lot of steel plates on this thing. Making it heavier and heavier also. But there's kind of what we're looking at for the floor. I think that's kind of a pretty nice back of the ship. Yeah, I like this. I like where this is going. So currently on the ship, we actually have a lot of stuff. We've got this room over here, which we should probably add lights to. But then we also have this room back here, which we have some stuff. We could add maybe like a bed back here as well if we wanted to give like a little bit of crew quarters vibe. Or if we wanted to, we could even go that way and add a bed, make this a corner one, which might not be a bad idea. But yeah, I think this is turning out pretty well. I think it's finally time to remove this guy. Inventory. I might let the buzzes collect this stuff because they do run around collecting stuff when they can, which is very nice of them. Okay. For this, maybe I'll do something like, what do I want to do? Do this. I mean, the cockpit thing is down there, so I could do something even as like with the beams. Or the trusses. Trusses would look pretty good here, I think. All right, we can get another turret here, but I would like to get some sort of main weapon as well. Maybe, let's see, what could we maybe put here? I could do railguns. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe one right here and one right here. Like throw them right there would look pretty good. Let's see, if I get a railgun, what would it look like? Yeah, a railgun like this would be pretty good, I think. Toss them right there. Oh, they're a little massive though. Well, compared to the ship, they're not that bad. So if I toss two railguns right there, look, they are massive, but I think it actually fits pretty well with the ship. It kind of gives it a nice look from the top. So let's keep the railguns right there. The railguns will be our main means of defense, I think. And then what we'll do is we'll move this forward one. So it'll be back up here, basically. All right, what else are we lacking? I think on this ship, we're not lacking much other than building up some of this stuff. We do still need to remove these and replace them with the hydrogen ones that we put on this side. I think I would like a couple more forward-facing thrusters. Even though the two we have are, or the four we have are not in bad spots, but having some on the bottom, or actually right here, we should probably add them right there.
Fuel low.
Okay, my fuel's low, so let's hop down here real quick. Refill our stuff.
Fuel critical.
Including our health. Okay, so you guys go back in there, and I'll grab two more of these guys, and I'll put those guys back while I'm at it. So on this side, we actually had some forward-facing thrusters down here as well, which would be technically under that level. Can we maybe get those over here? That would be down here. All right, there we go. And let's get a couple of our industrial hydrogen thrusters right there. One right there, and we'll do one right there as well. And those are going to be our extra forward-facing thrusters that were from these ones. Okay, I wonder if I can find a spot. Maybe right here actually would be perfect. Yeah, so this actually has a little connection right there. So this would be a perfect spot to put a inset connector. Question is, which side of the inset connector has that? Okay, that side. Okay, so there we go. There's our little inset connector that we can use now in the future. So this is good because this means that we have a spot that we can rely on for this. Now we're eventually gonna have to move this ship, but right now I think it's okay. The fun part I think is going to be pretty much taking everything we're doing on one side of these wings, so one of these things right here, and copying it to the other side, because that's gonna take a second. Just occurred to me that I can actually just grab the materials from this other antenna that we had destroyed and use them on this antenna right here. Let's build up this antenna. It's a little scary every time we build up antennas in this series because reavers are attracted to antennas. So every time we do build up an antenna, we're basically telling a reaver, hey, you want some candy? All right, we need just a couple more radio components. It's actually curious where oh, you know what? We probably already grabbed our other radio components. Okay, let's put all this stuff in here. Grab up our radio components. The invader. It's a friendly invader now. I guess we should go grab its components. You know what, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab those components and then we are going to, I think we're gonna have to end the episode after this because I know it's gonna be a really short episode and I don't intend for it to be, but it's Thursday evening and I usually want to release these on Friday, so I'm really running out of time because I was out of town. By next week, we should have everything back on schedule. I just need a weekend to actually go and record videos and stuff. You guys know how it is. So yeah, we're gonna end this one after we grab all these materials here. And then, yeah, we'll be able to look forward to next week where we'll have another full episode. I'd wanted to work on the sensor thing a little bit, but we don't have enough time, I'm afraid. So, yeah, I think next episode we will do what we intended to do this episode, which was do a little bit of work on the ship there. I want to complete it. It's pretty much... let me turn these signals to normal, because currently they're a little crazy. The ship is currently, in a pretty good state. It just needs, I need to build up the stuff that's there. I need to transfer to the design from one of the wings over to the other wing, which maybe I'll do off camera so we can come back and not have to do any of that tedious stuff. Okay, this is just all a steel plate each. All these things that are lying on the ground. We'll grab some of this stuff, some of this antenna. There we go. There's another load of materials. It should be just one more load of materials and we'll be able to get back. I really like how this ship is turning out. We got a lot of thrust on this thing, which is gonna be nice. I do still need to remove some of these guys and replace them, I guess. But that's what I was saying pretty much about. I'd like to take everything that we have done from this wing and move it over to this wing, pretty much. So we'll go ahead and do that off camera most likely. We'll come back with a symmetrical ship. All right, I think that's all I need to grab here. Everything else is just like a single steel plate each. All these are one steel plate. There was another little bit of stuff over here that might have some stuff for us. Let's see. Yeah, there's some components in those. Those are good. Okay, that was a rocket launcher. I don't think it gave us any rockets though. Maybe they used them all on us. Okay, there we go. We've collected all that stuff. Very good. So yeah, next episode we'll finish building up this ship. I would like to build up that welding pit as well. And maybe we'll work on the power, or maybe we'll do that the next episode. And then, we're getting close to a point where I think we should probably take off and try to find out what's actually up there. What was that distress signal? We can find out pretty easily. We just need to actually grab this ship and head in that direction. But once we go, there's no telling what's gonna happen. There's no telling when we'll be back to this base. Now I do, of course, intend to come back to this base, and any base we build in the series, I intend to visit multiple times, but yeah, once we leave, there's no telling when that would be, or if we get destroyed up there. But anyway, I think, yeah, that's where we're gonna end this episode. Bit of a short one, probably. I don't know until I edit it, but I really hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you did, please hit the like button, put your comments and your suggestions down below in the comment section. If you'd like to subscribe and you're not subscribed yet, there is a button down below. Do so, please. I mean, you don't really have to if you don't want to, but it'll give you notifications for when videos are coming live and stuff like that, so it's a good thing to do. And also, if you'd like to become a YouTube member or a patron, there's links down below in the description for that, where you'll get your name in the end credits. You might even get a shout out at the end of the video. So we're gonna shout out 3 people of the higher tiers here. And those are gonna be Colin Graves, Solaris Ignis, and Harlequin Johnson. Thank you very much for your support, and thank you everyone who's watching for your support as well. It does mean a lot. And with that, I will see you in the next episode on Monday. Tuesday. Did I say Monday? Tuesday.